and Gwent. Radio 1 Newsbeat. I'm Emma Howard.
Radio 1. More music.
Festive 50 material for this year, our venture. That's Kaniki, and Come Out Tonight, the forthcoming single. And from the Bush Chemists, that's Davey and Wardrop, again, on Conscious Sounds Records, from the LP called Shockingly Light Up Your Spliff. Help Us Dub.
Jaja, please help me. Come on, my Lord, Lord, please help me. And Jaja, please help me. Whoa.
Bush Chemists, and that's on Conscious Sounds Records. Help Us Dub is the title of the track. I don't know if any of you saw This Is Your Life this week, but it was my turn. I mean, obviously, if you survive long enough and do the same thing for long enough, you're bound to turn up on it, in my view. And since then, of course, so many people have said to me, God, your family look, they're great, aren't they, really nice looking, and so on, and the pig, isn't she amazing? And everyone was saying how wonderful she looked and so forth. And people have actually been phoning me up to tell me this, but nobody has yet said, hey, you looked really great. And the truth of the matter is, well, I didn't, I'll be honest with you. I was quite appalled by the sight of myself, when not just the kind of the gut, but the fact that, well, as I pointed out to somebody this morning, it must be the first time on national television, because it was done on the same day as Top of the Pops, in fact, recorded back then, and it must be the first time in television history that somebody has gone on to two huge national television programmes wearing the clothes that were on the pile nearest to the bed when he got up in the morning. He just reached for that, looks clean enough, put that one on, and then go and do Top of the Pops and This Is Your Life. Embarrassing me, I've got to smarten up from now on, the Armani suits like everybody else. This is a guy called Gerald, Time Labyrinth. A guy called Gerald, most puzzling tune too. A couple of times now when I nearly left it. Okay, that's a guy called Gerald on Radio 1, but on both occasions I actually moved too slowly to do it. He started up again. Time Labyrinth is the title of that, and I just opened a letter here, and, well, I'm tempted to seek your help with this one, but it's from a chap called Peter Berezovsky, who runs a magazine in the Republic of Belarus in Minsk, and... he says, excuse my bad English, please. And it is very fractured indeed, but obviously a great deal better than my Russian, if it's Russian that they speak in Belarus, which I suspect it may well be. But he's got a magazine there and he wants people to help with it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll work on the letter, and when I can make some sense of it, I'll pass the information on to you. And budding journalists who've got nothing better to do, who want to have their stuff published in Belarus, anyway, there can't be many people who can claim that, and can give him drop him a line and help him out. He also wants, of course, as people do, cassettes and CDs and so forth. Most of which get nicked in the post, I understand, but there you go. Simon Joyner, this is a track on Sing Unix Records, my favourite record label probably in the entire world, certainly my favourite name for a record label, from the LP Heaven's Gate. And incidentally, Simon, did I mention this last weekend, phoned up recently and is going to be doing a tour of Germany and Belgium and Holland and places, and is going to pop over to dear old Blighty and record a session for this programme. 3 well-aimed arrows.
I had 3 dreams last night, and one was a vision, the other 2 died in a nocturnal collision. One was a lost child, the other a lost friend, and I've got too much education to put off analyzing them. So hold up the blinds, but please bleed the shutters, cut the telephone lines, send a letter to those lovers. I emerged from my and I counted my sorrow, and you were 1, 2, and 3. You were 3 well-aimed arrows. Image is so perfect it's cold. I burn ugly Ansel Adams in the winter to light my stove. While the image in the brain is either a missile or a carriage, one small impulse can raise a baby or sink the village. There's something under the surface that needs a light shone in its eyes. If you're securing a secret, then you're preparing a lonesome surprise. And I emerged from my sleep, and I counted my sorrows. You were 1, 2, and 3. You were 3 well one carried a lantern and the other was dragging a curtain.
Mark Radcliffe!
This week, live music from Edwyn Collins, poetry from Ian McMillan, reviews from Mark Kermode, Kim Newman, and in New York, Stephen Daly, plus Andrew Davis on art and glam godfather Noddy Holder reading Winnie the Pooh. Journey back to a state of childlike innocence. A long haul for some, a short hop for others.
I am Mark!
Monday to Thursday, 10 till midnight.
Mark Radcliffe, 97 to 99 FM, Radio 1.
Now that is Yui, spelled UI, formerly on the fabulous Hemiola record label out of Leeds, but now on Soul Static Sound. There's a kind of an LP or a 12-inch of some sort and a couple of 7-inch singles, but I've only had time to listen to one of the 7-inch singles, and that was it. It's called Match My Foot. Before that, it was Simon Joyner on Sing Unix Records and Three Well-Aimed Arrows. In between, of course, it was Mark Radcliffe and Lard. An extraordinary thing. I was in Manchester about 10 days ago and pulled over to the side of the road, because I always get lost in Manchester. I've never left by the same road twice. And I pulled over to the side of the road to try and figure out where I was, got out of the car, and there was Lard, just walking by. Quite amazing. These are the Cocteau Twins, their contribution to Volume 15, Technology Alert. Last week, New Order. This week, the Cocteau Twins, going seriously retro. That comes from the LP Volume 15, Technology Alert, and it's called Circling Girl. This is Interphase.
Oh,
Debut release on the Push record label, an EP called Mind Flip, Interphase, and that was, well, the title track, in fact. Before that, no, you know about that, I've told you that already. Tonight, as I tuck myself into bed, I'll be reading what I take to be, anyway, the latest issue of Jockey Slut, the December and January issue, page 88 in particular, and 89, because there's an interview in there, which I've not read in its entirety, with Mark E. Smith, but the stuff that I've read is highly entertaining, actually, some of his best things, and there's a photocopy which I can't read, which on the latest edition of the sort of... There's a fall magazine, sort of fall information thing, which I don't know whether it's sort of available or whether it just goes out to people in exhilarating and privileged positions like Radio 1 DJs. But it does say that, amongst other things, 3 LPs are to be released simultaneously on Thursday, the March the 21st, on Receiver Records, entitled Oswald Defence Lawyer, Sinister Waltz and Fiend with a Violin. 3 compilations of fall material, mainly from the mid to late 1980s. I'm not quite sure whether this is stuff that's all been out before. I mean, the titles are all familiar, I think, but there may be 1 or 2 alternative versions or live versions, 1 or 2 things which you've not heard before, and I've tried to phone them up to find out whether this was the case or not. We've got no answer, which is as it should be, I sometimes somehow suspect. From the fall, this is the Chislers. The Fall, of course, on Jet Records now. That's called The Chislers. And the Third Eye Foundation. And I played you a track last week called Dream on His Fingers. And I think, well, this one's called Dream on His Fingers as well. So I think the titles were incorrectly written on the LP that I had previously. But this is a finished copy of it on Linda's Strange Day Records. It's called Semtex, by the way. Well, you can mark me down as confused as Stonemarket because I can't remember whether that's the track I played you last weekend or not. It's the Third Eye Foundation, though, from a really wonderful LP on Linda's Strange Vacation Records. The LP is called Semtex. And that was Dream on His Fingers. There's a couple of really long tracks, about 14, 15 minutes long, that I'd like to be able to play you, but frankly there just isn't the time. I was having a quick look at some of the rest of this Mark E. Smith interview in Jockey Slut, and there's a bit here which I must read to you. It says, they ask him whether he's, what his opinion on ecstasy is, and it says, well, it turns you into a bloody sex maniac, doesn't it? I can't do the accent. A musician I was working with once used to say all day, I hate you, and then later on he'd be going, I love you, Mark, I love you. I got a lot of mates from Salford, and what's terrifying is these blokes that used to take the piss out of me for being in the Fall, now they're all going like, I've always liked you, Mark, it's terrible. They start getting really eloquent about plastering or something. I preferred it when they used to threaten me. Which leads rather neatly into this next title, which is I Liked You Better When You Were Sick.
I think I liked you better when you were sick. I liked you better when you were weak and pathetic. Now I think I liked you better when you were poor. Getting your face slammed in the door. Now that you're rich, you're just kind of a whore. I liked you better poor. I think I liked you better when you were dumb. When your emotions were under my thumb. When you wore a crown of thorns and you left a trail of crumbs. Yeah, I liked you better. Dumb. Nostalgia. Nostalgia. Guess it's just nostalgia. 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 Guess it's just nostalgia.
A bit of all right, that's Joker. No, it's not. That's Smart Went Crazy from Washington, D.C. on Discord Records. I Liked You Better When You Were Sick. And that comes from an LP, Now We're Even. From France... Productions, and it's by Joking Sphinx. Olivier Zerbib, apparently, and that's called Mouli Karaki, the B-side, in fact, of a single. And last weekend, one of the bands whose gigs I read out was doing a gig at the Penny Theatre, but failed to say where it was. And Steve sent me a fax which reads thus. To answer your question, reference the Penny Theatre, it's in Canterbury. Canterbury is very near to Herne Bay. Herne Bay is where Data Promotions is based, who've recently issued the Splintered LP. I'll get me coat. oldest record ever played on Radio 1? I think there's a very good chance that it must be. From 1903, that's Ollie Oakley with Whistling Rufus, from an LP issued many years ago on Sadisc Records called Ragtime Cakes, Walks and Stomps, I'll Dance Until the Sun Breaks Through. And then before that, on Dirty Promotions, from their LP Noumena, Noumena, it was Splintered. This is Mark Brodie and the Beaver Patrol. Mark Brodie and the Beaver Patrol on Shredder Records. That's from an LP called The Shores of Hell.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1, Newsbeat.
Hillary Clinton's finished giving 4 hours of evidence before a federal grand jury in the States about the so-called Whitewater affair. The panel will decide whether she'll face charges over the complex business dealings involving her and her husband Bill before he became president. Britain's in the grip of another freeze, causing power failures and disruption on the roads. In South Wales, hundreds of homes face a fourth night without electricity, while snowstorms and ice have made driving dangerous in many areas. 7 men who were inmates of Strangeways prison during the 1990 riots have been paid thousands of pounds compensation by the government for the trauma they suffered. 18 French tourists have been kidnapped by tribesmen in Yemen and taken to a village about 180 miles southeast of the capital, Sana'a. They're demanding the release of a Yemeni being held in prison for abducting an American last year. The government says it's considering a ban on the sale of knives to young people. The legislation aims to introduce tougher penalties for carrying a knife without good reason. Radio 1 Newsbeat, I'm Emma Howard.
Radio 1, more music.
Don't go straight, make me
band with a couple of good reviews in of all magazines, Metal Hammer. No particular reason why they shouldn't be in there, I suppose. That's from an LP called Dog Years, and it's on Grass Records, available on import, I think, only, and sent to me by Stephen Anderson, Public Relations in Belfast, and my thanks to them. I should like to hear more of Omatic. I've only heard a couple of tracks from the LP. That one was called Slow Ass Cadillac, as you might imagine, and, I shall hear more of it over the next few days, I don't doubt. This is Sunrise Society, the Claude Young remix, and it's Robot Rebellion. Rather wonderful, I'd say. Sunrise Society, Robot Rebellion, the Claude Young remix on White Label. And a letter from Ian Curtis of Edinburgh. He says, are you aware of the output of Bristol-based Cup of Tea Records? For example, Squealer on the Beasts of England EP. Well, I am aware of Cup of Tea Records, but I think I may have been dropped from their mailing list for not sending in those return things that you're supposed to send in all the time. But I'll try and find out more about it, Ian. Thanks very much. This is Lounge Lizard.
Childhood, have you got what you want or never been able to pronounce what you need? For your random meetings, the random greetings of these salad daydreamings. But before my eyes I can see your leaf-like days slowly wilting. Hold your brilliant eyes, 'cause they'll see more than mine. Behold your brilliant legs travel many more miles than mine. I hold your brilliant case, so it stands up better than mine, better than mine, better than mine, better than mine, better than mine. You've been drawn to an emotional Yoshi interview. Playful complaints, the best stay on the wrong side of departure gate. And I have long held an opinion, a voluntary decision. I'll proceed to sparkle while I cowardly put this on hold. You hold your brilliant eyes, 'cause they'll see more than mine. Can I hold your brilliant legs travel many more miles than mine? Hold your brilliant case, so that stand up better than mine, better than mine, so very better than mine, better than mine, better than mine.
Who stand in the vanguard of the campaign for real Britpop. That's a band called Lounge Lizard on their own record label, a sort of demo, really, as far as I can tell. The lead track is called Flowers, but that one I rather preferred, which is Hold. And a postcard here from Anna, and no address given or anything at all, but she has glued onto it a bit of a, what do you get, a receipt and things from a grocery store. And it says she bought a Cadbury's cream egg, and it came up on the receipt as ambient food. What on earth can that mean? Anna wants to know, and so as a matter of fact, so do I. And then she goes on to say, also, I may be out of touch, but when can I get me a new Beck record? Well, Beck, after his enormous success and a whole flurry of records, seems to have disappeared without a trace, alas, because I found some of his stuff rather entertaining, but nothing for, well, quite a few months now. But anything happens, you'll know about it first here on Radio 1, that's for sure. This is the last from a guy called Gerald. It's called Amabruku, and then in brackets, Bad Boy.
Say Amabruku in a bad boy,
That's a guy called Gerald in session on Radio 1, your drum and bass radio station. Sorry, it's getting late. Amabruku, in brackets, Bad Boy, was the title of that. Let me tell you about some of the forthcoming sessions. Later today, between 5 and 7 on Radio 1, we've got Joyrider and Thrush Puppies in session. Then next Friday, at some stage of the programme, there's going to be about an hour, I reckon, of